which position. Maybe those pants are kind of tight, and I hate to say it like this, but maybe it could have been a woman, and if it wasn't there, you can make out whether it's a guy or a girl. You know what I'm saying?
They're saying it's a guy. They're saying it's a guy who's 5'9".
How do they know it's a guy?
Well, they probably put some AI reconstruction and a whole bunch of other stuff. But you're right. By the way, when I first looked at it, I thought it was a girl. But then I looked at, there's nothing on the chest area. And then when you see the person walking, it looks more like a guy. They believe it's a guy. I mean, maybe they're not 100% right, but I would think the FBI has a pretty good pinpoint of this. They say it's a guy. They say he's 5'9", 5'10", average build. You can figure that out. I would imagine by now they know the shoe size. They know the brand of shoes. I mean, it's been a while since that footage came out, and a lot of this, they probably have a lot of things, but they're saying it's a guy. But you're right. You don't know when you kind of look at it. The way you see the eyebrows and the eyes. It's a little confusing, Mike. I'm with you. But you know what? You got to check everything. Like you said, check the rental cars. They also, by the way, impounded that silver vehicle. I think it was an SUV on Friday night. I don't think they've returned that SUV, Mike. So who knows? There might be something tied to that, too, as well. Mike, thank you very much. You always have such good points. Thanks a lot. Let's go to Sandra in New Jersey on line 2. Sandra, your thoughts tonight?
Well, I'm emotionally drained with this. I feel that she's never going to be the same again in her life, no matter what, whether she gets her mother back or not, and I hope she does get her mother back. But then again, people are resilient, and they do spring back, and I hope she does, no matter what.
Yeah, and listen, I'm still praying. I'm holding out hope, Sandra. You and I talked about the Elizabeth Smart case.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the one she was on, it was 7 or 9, I mean, it was a long time. And she came back. She came back. So
that's right.
Pray that Nancy got her in. And if this TMZ letter is right, again, we don't know, but you can't rule it out either. This letter says that I saw her south of the border 5 days ago. Not that
Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you did. You did. I remember. So who knows? You know what?
Who knows?
You might need to be go into a different business to be a psychic, Sandra. You might.
But Donald Trump, what he said, when I heard him say that, I said, wow, he means business. But that can frighten the person not to want to cooperate. That was my only concern with that. But look, he said what he had to say. And
but he also I think Sandra also might be saying that to also inspire people to make sure that she comes home alive. In other words, save yourself. If you had something to do with this, come forward. Because if something happens to her and you do something or you played a role, you can face.
We got the Brokies on YouTube. We got the Brokies on YouTube that are begging for money.
That's not even relevant.
Can you believe that?
It would have to be crossing state lines or
they're begging for money, and I got a dimwit on a bicycle in front of me that was holding me up here. It was holding me up, and I was driving like constipation, and I was just driving like your grandpa, because that's the way I like to drive. I like to hold up the whole highway. Oh, yeah, you bunch of Brokies on YouTube. Can you spare some change? Can you spare some change? Oh, yeah, I'm a Brokie. I ain't got no money. I ain't got nothing. I ain't even got a car. I got my 2 flippers, my worn out sneaker shoes. I don't even have a good pair of shoes. I have sneakers. Because I'm a cheapo, and old cheapos like you wear
the country for the first time since he was released as
wear sneakers
during the Vietnam War. Now, unbeknownst to the veteran and his wife, airline employees had quietly coordinated a special tribute honoring his military service and aviation career. And before the departure,
you all wear
the
sneakers
captain
because you're
took a moment to
cheapos.
address the cabin and acknowledge Jeffrey and the important milestone, saying, "We have a very special welcome aboard for a couple
And you're all
who
broke.
are joining
You're broke.
us
You
today."
wear cheap sneakers, broken down cheap sneakers with holes in them.
War, prisoner of war for more than 7 years. The captain thanked Jeffrey for his service, sharing all on board with a huge "we appreciate you and on your shoulders."
Oh, we don't even have this thing in focus.
Special connection for everybody involved on that flight. Indeed, a heartfelt moment.
Is that in focus now? It looks like it's in focus.
The entire cabin. The captain and the flight's first officer, as well as Jeffrey, are all U.S. Air Force veterans. And how powerful that Jeffrey, after 7 years of captivity,
who cares what all you Brokie pukes on YouTube are typing?
For retiring in 1990.
You guys are all broke. You're all brokies.
The aircraft received a ceremonial water cannon salute.
And it doesn't matter.
The departure. And then dozens of American Airlines employees gathered in
Doesn't matter.
Jeffrey and his wife upon arrival after they completed what the airline described as a coordinated tribute spanning both airports. By the way,
What day is it here today? What day is it? Oh, look at that. That place is packed and today and tonight.
Medal of Honor recipient taking a flight down from New York to D.C. and just the
That's like a bar.
terminal at the airport, and then
It's like a bar slash club.
off in D.C. That was just an amazing moment. So bravo to this great company. And everybody, help America to never, ever forget. Donate just $11.
Yeah, shove those hybrids up your ass. We know.
They do so much.
We know you're alerting the world you're a Brokie. We know you don't have to alert us that you're a Brokie. We can tell by the piece of shit, piece of crap car that you're driving.
Following the 9/11 attack, SDNY firefighter Daniel Foley assisted in the rescue and recovery efforts at Ground Zero. Daniel spent months at Ground Zero searching for victims, including his firefighter brother, Thomas Foley, who was killed in the attack. Daniel's death was a direct result of 9/11-related cancer. He leaves behind his wife, Carrie, and their 5 children. Tunnel to Towers paid the mortgage on the family's home. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact by donating your car or land. Go to T2T.org.
Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Miller Report with Suzanne Miller.
Welcome, Bill de Blasio.
The city has gotten consistently safer. The NYPD does not
Thank
pick up
you,
statistics.
Mayor Adams and Jessica.
The city's gotten safer. You cannot say, oh, I saw some rats, some garbage, but ignore what the NYPD is achieving on public safety. We are making progress. Now let's go make more. Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than
Today's young generation is screwed.
Technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated
You
system
guys
to
are
take command of
screwed.
Your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
This is Larry Kudlow, folks. As interest rates decline, so do returns on money market accounts. Are you concerned about your earning power? For higher returns, contact my friends at Capital Square. The national real estate company, Capital Square, is offering a 9% current return on the preferred stock and housing trust, the firm's real estate investment trust. It's paid monthly by their direct deposit system right into your bank account. For more information, contact Capital Square and invest at capitalsq.com or just call 833-378-1031. Contact Capital Square now.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies. With a
There goes the,
that's no mess and easy to control.
control.
Freight train on wheels.
On it, enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. You started it with the new IHOP value menu. $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place. Where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy place every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Oh wow, there's an IHOP advertisement. I haven't heard that one in a while.
With other discounts or promotions, prices may vary.
Operations come to a halt. Every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving and your wrenches turning. Join over 13,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintainx.com/AI.
Hour of times. Hour of times. Midnight. Midnight's coming. It's midnight. Well, midnight is coming. Midnight is coming in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Let's go to Bob in Wisconsin, line 4. Go ahead, Bob.
Hey, Rita, thank you for what you do. Speaking truth and breaking, ground that is so important
Thank
in
you, Bob.
information for
Thank you.
everyone. The reason I called, though, and may I just say one thing? Give Joaquin a position on your staff. That guy is accurate.
I love it, Bob. You just have a few seconds, but I'm with you on Joaquin. I agree. Go ahead real quick, Bob.
Hey, my cousins called us from Poland because my godkid's birthday was today, and they told me they've been my cousin doesn't speak very good English, but he told me that all the editorials when he goes to Belgium, France, or Germany, when they talk about America, they talk with respect about Trump. But
that's good to know. That's good to know. And I heard that they were criticizing some of the Democratic visitors. Bob, call us tomorrow.
WABC's Staten Island law firm of Anjulia and Gentili John time is 11:59.
The Staten Island law firm of Anjulia and Gentili, helping people just like you for 40 years. Walk with confidence. Call 718-816-0005 or visit aglawnyc.com.
This is New York's talk leader, the crown jewel of talk radio. WABC New York, WRCR Haverstraw, 107.1 WLIR Hampton Bays. News first at 59 past the hour. 77 WABC News starts now.
Mainly cloudy skies on this Tuesday, February 17th. Good morning, I'm Lisa Ritchie. 3 people are dead, including the gunman, after a shooting at an indoor ice arena in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. It happened Monday afternoon during a high school boys hockey tournament. Pawtucket Police Chief Tina Goncalves says it was not a random shooting.
It appears that this was a targeted event, that it may be a family dispute.
Goncalves says the shooter killed himself. 3 others are in critical condition. President Trump says Nancy Guthrie's kidnappers will face the death penalty if she is found dead. In a new video shared on Instagram Sunday, Today co-anchor Savannah Guthrie again pleads for the person who took her mother to come forward.
It is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here to believe. And we believe in the essential goodness of every human being.
Meanwhile, Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos released a statement Monday saying all siblings and spouses have been cleared and that the family has been nothing but cooperative and gracious. An Iranian diplomat says Tehran is actively pursuing a nuclear agreement with the U.S. as Iran and the U.S. prepare to hold nuclear talks in Geneva on Tuesday. Blake Sifton has more.
Netanyahu articulated Israel's demands in the negotiations in greater detail than he has before, saying Iran's enrichment of uranium must stop entirely, the equipment needed to enrich in the future must be dismantled, and all enriched uranium must leave the country.
The Pentagon has deployed a second aircraft carrier to the region as the White House weighs military options if talks are unsuccessful. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said dramatic changes are needed at ICE before a bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security can move forward. Tammy Trujillo has more.
Jeffries made the comment during an appearance on CBS's Face the Nation.
We know, and the American people clearly know, that ICE is totally out of control, and they need to be reined in, because the American people deserve immigration enforcement that is fair, that is just, and that is humane.
Funding for the department lapsed early Saturday after lawmakers left Washington, D.C. for a 10-day recess without reaching a funding deal. At issue is the Democrats' push to reform ICE after the fatal shootings of 2 people by federal agents in Minnesota. Republicans say some of what the Democrats want, such as agents not being allowed to wear masks, are non-starters. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Meanwhile, border czar Tom Homan says nothing will change for ICE operations, even as funding for the Department of Homeland Security was allowed to expire. New York City's super speeders are racking up millions of dollars in speed camera tickets. Noam Layden has the story.
There is a group of so-called super speeders who owe a total of $10 million in fines. A new report by Transportation Alternatives finds 52% of those violators drive luxury cars. One BMW driver has shelled out $70,000 in fines. A Mercedes-Benz driver who still is on the road owes more than $93,000 in violations. Noam Layden, WABC News.
An upstart ride-hailing app is promising cheaper rides for New Yorkers and better pay for drivers. The city, though, says it's illegal. The app, called Empower, charges drivers a monthly fee. Drivers set their own fares and keep all the money. The company says it only uses drivers in cars already licensed by Uber and Lyft. A local senator is part of a bipartisan investigation into AI-powered toys and kids' privacy. James Flippin has more.
Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal, a Democrat, and Tennessee's Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn saying that Nico Incorporated exposed thousands of recordings of children's voices and personal details before they were taken off the web. The lawmaker also questioning toy makers such as Foldo Toy and Curio Interactive as part of a bid to protect kids online, with digital toys becoming more common. James Flippin, 477 WABC News.
A lot of economic data will be released this week. John Terrett reports.
So there was nobody on Wall Street on Monday because it was the President's Day holiday, but lots of economic data coming out as the week goes on. On Tuesday, Empire State Manufacturing and Home Builder Confidence. Wednesday, housing starts, building permits, durable goods, industrial production, and the minutes of the January Federal Reserve meeting. On Thursday, the weekly jobless numbers and the U.S. trade deficit. And on Friday, fourth quarter GDP, PCE, which is the Fed's preferred measure of inflation, new home sales, sentiment from the University of Michigan, and don't forget Walmart earnings, the world's biggest shop, on Thursday. John Terrett, 77 WABC News.
In sports, the New York Mets have had several notable team captains in the past. David Wright and John Franco, to name a few. Even co-captains Keith Hernandez and Gary Carter. But current team owner Steve Cohen says there will never be a captain named under his ownership. He wants to let the locker room sort it out year in and year out. The Mets held their first full squad workout of the spring on Monday. Your forecast overnight looks like clouds and drizzle with a low of 34 degrees. Later today, mainly cloudy skies with a high around 48. And for Wednesday, we have scattered showers. Could see a little icy drizzle as well, but the high will be around 43 degrees. We have cloudy skies outside of our Midtown studios right now. I'm Lisa Ritchie. Remember, the news never stops at WABCRadio.com.
We're going to show you the spotlight right about now. The most respected voice. This is interesting. Oh my goodness. Last time I checked, this is America. Check it out now. We're together for common sense and
stands out between the two of them?
There's so much serious news out there. The best lineup in talk radio.
There's no two ways about it.
More to the story than we go.
So I don't want to hear about it now.
What's going on here?
Night.
To the world. It's
Live on the air after midnight.
And we brought this to you while we were on the air live.
With all you Brokies. All you Brokies.
Short time ago, mass shooting at a Rhode Island high school hockey game. High school students in the middle of the game. The shooter has been identified as a transgender father. For a while, you literally see high school hockey players scrambling for dear life, racing on the ice to get away from flying bullets. Horrible scene. Apparently, the dad shoots his wife and children. A family dispute. Again, a crowded Rhode Island hockey arena. Horrible, horrible scene. A number of people shot and killed. And this happened just a short time ago. The sheriff has finally cleared Nancy Guthrie's family in the kidnapping case in Arizona, but still does not reveal a suspect. The sheriff stating the Guthrie family, to include all siblings and spouses, have been cleared as possible suspects in this case. Something very troubling occurring here in my backyard in New York City. 500 youth look like a wolf pack storming through a Bronx mall in what's being called as the Bay Plaza takeover. That happened a few hours ago, resulting in multiple detainments, that is, by the NYPD. The National Guard troops in New Orleans, Bourbon Street, just subdued a suspect right before Mardi Gras kicks off. Could have prevented something really bad happening tonight. We all remember what happened a year ago when that truck stormed through, killing a number of people. And Attorney General Pam Bondi says sanctuary cities are a thing of the past. You know, sometimes, folks, it's a small world. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. So I started receiving the text in the middle of the 3 p.m. show from family members. And the moment I got off the air at 3:58:10, I'm reaching out to my daughter to find out where my grandson was, hoping that he was not at this hockey game in Rhode Island. And thank God he wasn't. And it just so happens at the TV station in Rhode Island where my daughter actually used to work. Actually was an on-air reporter there. This is how they reported the horrible, horrible news.
Yeah. All right, Nicole, we just got some chilling information into the newsroom. We do have some sad updates to deliver. This is from the mayor's office of Pawtucket. A young girl is dead. A young girl was killed in the shooting. We also know that the shooter is dead. Police are not looking for anyone else at this point, so it appears that there was a single shooter, but again, a young girl has tragically been killed, and the exact ages unknown at this time. This is from the Pawtucket mayor's office. We also know that there were 5 victims in total. 4 of those victims are in the hospital.
So horrible, horrible.
her father. She came out of the police department behind me here in tears after presumably being interviewed by police. So, yeah, she goes on to describe those mental health issues a little bit more. She says that he had been struggling with mental health for quite some time. She said, quote, he was very sick.
Again, folks, and I'm almost tired of saying this, something is going on with some transgenders. I don't know if it's in the medication. I don't know what's going on, but the common denominator in a number of these shootings, from Tennessee to now Rhode Island, and several states in between, happens to be transgender shooter. You tell me why that is. Let's switch to the case of Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother, the mother of Savannah Guthrie of the Today Show, NBC News, and Harvey Levin, one of the major hosts of TMZ. And I got to tell you, folks, I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable the way he has inserted himself into this story nonstop. But in fairness of Harvey Levin, he has received a number of letters. And according to Harvey Levin, you're about to hear, one of the letters states that Nancy Guthrie has indeed been taken to Mexico.
It is Monday morning. We have received a fourth letter from the same person who says that he knows where Nancy Guthrie is and he wants money in return for the information. Essentially, he wants the reward. So I have something to say to you, and I've already talked to the FBI about this, that if you are not real, you're committing a crime, and you should know that. And this is a serious federal crime. If you are real, this is the second time he has referred to more than one person involved in this. He said there is a main person and there are others, and he said it here. He is saying that Nancy was taken to Mexico. Now, this is what he's saying. I'm not going to vouch for him, but this is the fourth letter. We have sent them all on to the FBI.
And as I mentioned, again, in the 3 p.m. show, we all know by now President Trump says if she is not returned alive, that his administration, that you're going to be looking at the death penalty. And this from Fox News, the Will Cain show.
Trump threatened kidnappers with death penalty if Nancy Guthrie isn't returned alive in a call with the Post. He told the Post, quote, "The abductors would face very, very severe, the most severe federal consequences if Nancy Guthrie is found dead after being abducted from her home outside of Tucson on February 1st. Asked if that meant the DOJ would request the death penalty, Trump answered, the most. Yeah, that's true. Now, this after Savannah Guthrie issued her own plea to the person who took her mom.
It's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, and I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope and we still believe. And I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is that it's never too late, and you're not lost or alone, and it is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here, and we believe in the essential goodness of every human being. And it's never too late.
It's so painful to watch this play out, and I have to be honest with you folks, looking at Savannah Guthrie, I don't know her personally, I've never met her, but it looks like in real time in front of us, as one would expect in a situation like this, it looks like she's on the verge of a full mental breakdown. And it's horrible to consider and see this all play out. Let's start with your telephone calls. Line 1, Tom in Boston. Good morning, Tom. What's on your mind?
Good morning, gentlemen. Gentlemen, I was thinking with these transgender people, the one common denominator, they're all on puberty blockers. I wonder if that's what's doing this to these people. I wonder if these puberty blockers have been tested or whatever. I think that could be the common denominator.
You know, Tom, I don't know what to say. I support some in the transgender community. I really do believe live and let live, right? You do your thing, I do mine. It's not for me, but I'm not down with, with transgenders reading the school kids in the library and stuff like that. But something is going on, man. This is happening too many times. And dare I say, I don't mean to offend any of my friends in the transgender community, because not all, I hate to paint with a broad brush, not all have some type of mental illness. Something is terribly wrong. I don't know if it's a denial in terms of thinking that you're the opposite sex, and then next minute you go back. Some don't. Some live their lives and the way they want to live it, and that's that, and that's cool. But Tom, maybe you're onto something, man. I don't know what it is, but something's in this medication that's making them snap. I'll give you the final word before I move on.
Yeah, gentlemen, 50 years ago, I never heard of this men want to be women, women want to be men. I've heard of gays and lesbians, but I've never heard of these transvestites. But now that they're there, they're giving them these puberty blockers, Dominic. So I'm thinking that's what the common denominator with this whole situation.
Right. Well, thank you, Tom. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, I'm going to talk to Matt Blaze about this and get his take and see what he thinks. Let's go to Tom on Long Island. Another Tom, line 2. Tom, what's on your mind?
Thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to comment on that. It's no mystery. If you take a child and do that to them, of course they're going to be tortured emotionally.
Okay, but wait. Tom. You said do that to them. What's that?
Well, alter their, sex. I mean...
Well, who says that his sex was altered? Maybe he was just...
Well, that's what you mean by trans, right? I mean...
But yeah, to be honest with you, Tom, man, I'm so confused. I don't know exactly what it does.
Yeah, but it's not something in the water, Tom.
Well, I didn't say it was in the water. I said the medication that they're being given.
Yeah.
But no, I'm up against a break, Tom. If you want, you can hold on, but it's going to be a couple of minutes. It's time for a break. We are coming right back.
It's Dominic Carter. This is the Worldwide News Network.
After President Trump's Truth Social account shared a video about election interference, there was a bunch of outcry and controversy because a short clip toward the end of the video showed a photoshopped Barack and Michelle Obama as primates. Republican Congressman Mike Lawler was very offended by that. Appearing on ABC's This Week, the New York rep said it's time for an apology, calling the imagery insensitive, offensive, and racist.
That type of content should not exist in our country. I think everybody should recognize the history and really do better. I think sometimes it's just best to say, I'm sorry, and do better. And I think, given the situation, I'm glad they deleted it.
President Trump later deleted the video and said he had not seen the part containing the controversial clip. I'm James Flippin, and this is the Worldwide News Network.
How can you support an organization like Shriners Children's with a gift of cash or appreciated securities and then receive fixed payments each year for life? This is an incredibly attractive opportunity for many of our listeners. Listen to the show today during Give Back, Get Back, your weekly guide to charitable investing. To learn more about Shriners Children's and ways to give, visit their website, shrinerschildrens.org/radio.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial.
Wants a 2% tax on the wealthy. Miranda Devine of the New York Post appeared on the Fox News TV show of my colleague, Brian Kilmeade.
Miranda, what is the mayor missing?
Well, he's missing the fact that if you keep on flipping the golden goose, it's going to leave New York. People are marching away as fast as they can. You look at California, the wealthiest people will go, and then you'll have nobody to pay for all these ridiculous social programs, because what he's spending the money on is not basic things like picking up the garbage and cleaning the snow off the streets, as we can all see at the moment. He's spending it on, free childcare and free buses and free grocery stores and a sanctuary city where you have freebies for illegal migrants and you usher them in and invite them to come and stay for free and eat for free and have free education and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And, why New Yorkers would keep on paying for that? We're going to walk away. We're going to leave.
And this is a national story because the socialist movement is coming to a city near you. Here's an example of what he wants. Let's take a look. The programs for the fiscal year, he wants $750,000 for arts and culture, all right? Anti-ageism, $800,000. Child care vouchers, remember, free child care for all, $437 million. $2 million for LGBTQ emergencies. Okay, good. Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquents, $245,000. So he just wants a whole lot of money. And he says, you know what? The rich can afford it. What's $20,000 more dollars to them?
Well, New York is already paying the highest income tax in the country, and you're adding a burden. I mean, this number of 2% is being thrown around. It's actually a 50% rise in taxes, and people have already had Cuomo put on some sort of an emergency tax a few years ago. How much longer is this going for?
You tell him, Miranda Devine of the New York Post. This is the Dominic Carter Show. 77 WABC.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You're listening to the #1 Nielsen-rated The Dominic Carter Show. Thank you for listening. 77 WABC. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And looking at my Twitter, at my X, before we go back to Tom, Long Island, Michael Pagan says, hey, at Dominic TV, just the idea of thinking you're in the wrong body is in itself a mental illness. Add to that the medications and the fact that the media tells you the world is against you is a recipe for trans violence. This has to stop. Affirming someone's mental illness is wrong. Add to that the politicians that convince these individuals that they are discriminated against puts people in a bad place. That's Michael's perspective. Tom, Long Island, continue with your point. And obviously it's not in the water, because if it was in the water, it would impact everyone. But go right ahead, Tom.
Well, I appreciate you holding me over, Dominic. I really do. But I'm just a little shocked that you seem like naive on this topic.
How am I naive on this topic?
Well, maybe you're not, but I'm just sensing that you might be.
Okay, well, tell me how I'm not.
You seem like shocked. It's nothing new.
What's nothing new? Tom, I don't have all day to play this game with.
All
What's
right, the
nothing new?
transgender shoot, violence by transgenders. It's not new.
So wait a minute. So all of a sudden, people ended up dead. A hockey stadium in Rhode Island, where my daughter lives, and you know the shooting up in Tennessee and so on. We can go through shooting after shooting in the last couple of years. You're telling me this is not a relatively new phenomenon?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. No, it's not. And it appears a certain section of the community is responsible for the recent shooting.
All right, got it, Tom. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Rocco in Connecticut. Rocco, what's on your mind?
Hi, first tragic what happened in Rhode Island. But I wanted to talk about Nancy's, Guthrie is the individual that appears on the screen wearing a mask. I believe it's somebody who did work in the house. Either the construction company, an employee.
Okay, well, wait a minute, Rocco. If it's someone that did work in the house, you don't think they would get a better job disconnecting the video camera, the alarm system?
No, they're not that confident. They're getting more credit than they deserve. What I find interesting, like somebody doesn't recognize the person, because if you look at the way he walks, it reminds me of sort of like it's young people now. You know, when they wear the pants, it's kind of like below the waist, and they need to keep their feet apart to keep the pants up. And that's the walk that he has. It kind of looks like his toes. He's got the wide stance. His toes are in, and his heels are out. So I really think it's somebody that either construction company or somebody who is familiar with the place. Somebody who's been there. Somebody who's been there before.
Do you believe that? Do you believe, and we're hoping, wait, hold on, Rocco. Do you believe, and we're hoping against hope at this point, that she's still alive? Do you believe that this 84-year-old woman is still alive?
No, I don't think she's alive.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I don't. Right. It would be great to be wrong, to have our life, but the reality is, it's not. They're just catching this.
Right. I hear you, Rocco, and thank you for the great call. All I can say is if she's not alive, shame on you, because when Trump is done with you, it's not going to be pretty. Time for a break. When we come back, more of your telephone calls.
This is the Worldwide News Network Extra. Another football season has come to a close, but they're still thinking about the Bears in Chicago. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says the state is making significant movement in talks with the Chicago Bears, despite recruitment efforts from officials in Northwest Indiana. A lot of ongoing conversation with the Bears. There's the possibility of a publicly financed stadium for the Bears in Gary, Indiana. For the Worldwide News Network, I'm James Fuller.
Hi folks, this is Larry Kudlow with exciting news for owners of investment real estate. You can defer all federal and state taxes on a sale by structuring a Section 1031 exchange. It's one of the most powerful wealth-building tools in the tax code. So don't let taxes keep you from selling or realizing your financial goals. Please contact my friends at Capital Square, tax experts who specialize in 1031 exchanges. They can help you reinvest in quality replacement properties. Contact Capital Square now at invest@capitalsq.com or just call 833-378-1031.
And this is the Dominic Carter Show, 77 WABC. Presidential candidate, AOC, it's a simple question. Should the U.S. commit troops to defend Taiwan?
Would and should the U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
I think that this is such a, I think that this is of course a very long-standing policy of the United States, and I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never get to that point, and we want to make sure that we are moving in all of our economic research and our global positions to avoid any such confrontation and for that question to even arise.
Meanwhile, folks are still chiming in on Bad Bunny and the Super Bowl, like the brother of Sylvester Stallone from Rocky, Frank Stallone.
Folks, let me get a jump on this. That is the worst halftime show in the history of the Super Bowl. This guy has no talent. This guy can't sing. It didn't connect at all with the audience. What the hell were they thinking about? I mean, I think Carlisle was great. Charlie was great. Even Green Day, even though I don't like them, at least they were good. This was unbelievable. I honestly thought it was a joke. And this guy won a Grammy? Guy has no talent. I mean, unless I'm losing it. I don't think I am. I mean, I've been a musician 60 years. I've seen all the greats from Sinatra. This was the worst choice you could possibly take.
Arrive
alive. Units when responding to emergency incidents, remember, arrive alive. Intersections are a threat. Proceed with caution. Stop, look, and listen. Think tactically. Remember to always wear your seatbelt and control the intersection. Protect yourself and others. All members of the service must wear their seatbelt when riding in an emergency vehicle.
Michael, are you familiar with that pro-cop bill that Governor Hochul signed in Albany in December?
Yeah. Members of the service are reminded to think tactically and not park your RMP in front of the location when responding to a burglary. Be sure to thoroughly check the rooftops, doors, windows, and any adjoining buildings or signs of forced entry.
And how much they should do it up to 50%. And that's what county might say, okay, we'll do 50%. The city, maybe, oh, we don't have a lot of money. 20%. It allows the localities where you also live to give the surviving spouse, a break because their partner, their husband, or their wife, they don't have to protect us.
Download this podcast right now through your favorite podcast platform. WABC, Central Law Firm of Angelina Gentili. John time is 12:34. For 40 years, the Staten Island Law Firm of Angelina Gentili has been helping people just like you. Call 718-816-0005 or visit aglawnyc.com. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And back to your telephone calls in a few minutes. We're talking about right now the mass shooting in Fort Puckett, Rhode Island, at a hockey game and police commissioner there.
What was the location?
So what I can say right now is that we have identified the person.
I'm at 35. Please share the call and 612 Please step out for Day.
We have also learned that
Burglary assignment. Members of the service are reminded to think tactically and not park your RMP in front of the location when responding to a burglary. Be sure to thoroughly check the rooftop, doors, windows, and any adjoining buildings for signs of forced entry.
So the suspect at the Rhode Island mass shooting, transgender. Something's going on, folks. Something's going on in the medication that transgenders are taking. Matt Blaze, help me make sense of this. How do you explain what's going on?
Everyone keeps talking about medication and this man was 56 years old. It wasn't like he transitioned, but he was 13.
1982. So I don't know if he was taking any kind of medication, any kind of hormone pills. We have no idea. They had his birth name and then his other name for Hispanic, Roberta Esposito. Sounds like Hispanic. So we don't really know if he was actually taking any kind of hormone. I still have no idea. It was transcendental or chronic stress. So he's still a man. For the world. So it wasn't really like, oh, we don't know if this guy wanted that. Because he was married, he had kids. Like I've seen men transition to women that were married. But we don't know what it is that, or why they say it was some sort of disease, which of course is crazy to go and kill your own family anywhere. And his own daughter said he had mental issues. You don't know if that stemmed from anything having to do with him wanting to be known as Roberta.
Incidents, remember, arrive alive. Intersections are a threat. Proceed with caution. Stop, look, and listen. Think tactically. Remember to always wear your seatbelt and control the intersection. Protect yourself and others. All members of the service must wear their seatbelt when riding in a department vehicle.
Since I'm putting you on the spot. To me, it's a form of clear mental illness.
I don't know if people just feel, if some people feel it's a spiritual thing and they don't want to get bogged down with labels of men and women and all that kind of, I'm not into any of that. I don't believe in that stuff. But if that's what you believe in, with that, if you're having some sort of identity issue, then yeah, it is some kind of illness in that way.
I'm confused, and I'm very confused, man, because the stories about Eddie Murphy have been around for years. I mean, for years. Right, and they would catch him all the time and let him go, but then one time they didn't let him go, and he said he was trying to give her, I guess, a ride home. I don't even understand the logic of why, and maybe it's not for me to understand, okay? That's one. But why do you want someone dressed up as a woman that has a penis?
I can only say that in their own mind, they justify it as, well, it's not gay because they look like a woman.
They definitely justify it, right? But when the girl comes off, you've got a penis.
But I still want you to look like
that. Should I say she or still like he with a penis?
I agree. So yeah, is that mental illness in that way? I mean, what is the definition of mental illness? What does that mean that you're mentally ill because you feel this way? I don't know. But obviously,
Call positive 46 precinct, getting a 1010 of a shot spotter activation. Location is 1601 University Avenue, 1601 University Avenue, West 174th Street to West 175 Street of the Cross. The 1010 of a shot spotter activation at that location, sorry, the operations unit. H1 round was fired at street level in front of this location. No descriptions given at this time. All units arrive alive.
Maybe they were in the closet.
When you say that, I'm just thinking the same thing. And I blame government, I blame Democrats for saying, Kumbaya, this is all okay. I hate to use this word, but you're normal. You it's a good thing when it was forced to be hidden in the closet. I mean, I just don't know, Blaze.
Like I said, I don't know what because this is wrong on every single level. And again, we don't know if there were people in the closet that felt this way. It's just wrong, period. So I don't know if this means, because if that was the case, that would mean there'd be a lot more
shootings and killings and murders going on. It's everybody that was trained and taking hormones. And we don't even know if this person was taking hormones. Right, we don't. But the people that were, let's say, and we know that they were, or they were transitioning or whatever, and one
Street quality life, everything under control.
shooting or whatever they did,
Send you to APU2.
we don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Yes, APU2.
Like I said, there's a lot of
for one.
people on
Evan
transformers.
Street quality life, everything under control.
No. They probably need more. So is that the reason? Does it affect everyone differently? Possibly. Well, I don't know. Please, thank you very much. I don't know what's going on in Rhode Island. When my daughter moved there, we thought it was a safe state. I first heard about this. You was like, oh my God. Right, literally on the edge. You don't know where they are. Literally, I don't know where my grandson is. He could have been at the hospital. Telephone calls. You see all of those trying to get through. Just please be a little patient. Maybe hit redial. Let's go to line 2. Deirdre, New Jersey.
Good morning, Thomas. Thank you for taking my call. I just heard your whole conversation. And, listen, I might say hormones do play a part. The only reason why I could tell you this was growing up with my daughter, her anger at about 7 years old would go from one to in a matter of 5 minutes. So I knew something was wrong. I'm thinking something's wrong, so I took her to medical doctor, blah, blah, and they came out with, when I got her blood screened and everything screened, she was 0.02. Testosterone level higher than the average girl, I guess. So they said to me, listen, she's 0.02, which means, like, maybe that's why her anger is growing from one in a matter of minutes. So I went for more screening and more screening, and I don't know. As I listened to you guys talk and everything, I'm like, okay, I guess under at that point in time, when she got older, I had to explain this to her. Like, you understand, there's something wrong here, hormonally in your body. So either you contain it, control it, or something is wrong.
Deirdre, before I let you go, how does one go from tattooed up, looking like Macho Man, the man that apparently killed himself a few hours ago in Rhode Island? So he's Macho Man, in one video. The next video, he's dressed up as a woman. Then we find out he's shooting up the hockey arena. How does that happen?
Okay, was he getting hormonal injection?
We don't know. We may not know.
We don't know.
It was transported to Lincoln Medical. You want to run the final?
To Matt Blaze, whatever. This is the deal. I think it all started with the music industry. What do they call it? A chick with a D. A chick with a D. So in the music industry, that's what they were portraying. Back in the 80s, hair bands. The guy looked like a girl, but was attractive as a girl, but yes, he had a penis. Oh my God.
Hey, Deirdre, this is, I thank you for the great call. This is above my pay grade. I'm still, folks, confused. Right? Maybe I'll sit down with some of my gay friends. Girl will give you the tea. Girl will give you the tea. Because I need the tea. I need to know, why does a man, I don't have to know, but I want to know, and I just asked Blaze, and we're both stumbling all over this, why does a man want a woman, want a man dressed as a woman, looks as good as a woman, and then when it's time for the do, and the clothes come off, it's a dude?
Like the fight is between the car doors and the platform on the north side.
I don't know. Stu, 91 Brooklyn, what's on your mind, Stu?
Keep the 6 wire.
We're on the same page. I saw 2 years ago the government getting into the press. And you're right, of course it's a mental illness.
but it's also...
Alpha 770, please never receiving an confirmed 10 shots fired 14 Bush Avenue, East 2 Weeks, Glenwood, Female caller, her 4 to 5 shots fired going on from Glenwood and East 2 8, no injuries. At this time, it's unconfirmed.
Operation, any changing of the sexes. Like I said, one of the macho man tattooed
157 Flatbush Avenue, 1457 Flatbush Avenue, East 2 8 Street, Glenwood.
The medical authority.
Confirmed 4 to 5 shots fired outside at that location.
So there is
No perfect description given.
So it is obvious that's a mental issue. But my biggest concern, whatever it is, these people are tiny fractions of the population. Autism among children is not. In Europe, the high fructose corn syrup is restricted or has warning labels. Over here, every cookie, every cereal, every ice cream is sweetened with it. And people here know that the process of making it has involved getting mercury into the end product and into all the crap that's used to sweeten product kids are using every single day. And they know if there is a problem, but the bigger problem is annual production of 800 million bushels of corn, and the farm lobby and the activist lobby that suppresses that information. And nothing is done about it.
On the Eddie, Frank, and Mary, both Nora 305, for disorderly homeless person, creating unsanitary conditions, Bethany.
You know what? Before I repeat myself, because I'm still locked on it, I can't understand. I really don't. Why a man, Eddie Murphy's situation, somebody in his level, why would Eddie Murphy allegedly want a woman that's really a man? It looks like a woman, acts like a woman, dressed like a woman, the features of a woman, and then on the outside, and then when the clothes come off, she's a man. Why? Maybe I'm asking too many whys. Maybe I'll never get it. Let me figure this out from Francine in Brooklyn on line 1. Francine, good morning. Please help me out here.
4014, over 401 boy.
Wait, no, Francine. I came in too late. Francine, you got another mass shooting with a person that's a man, but has been identified as transgender. We can't just say let them live. This is happening too much. These mass shootings.
Well, transgender is what 2% of the population.
Right, but what's the percentage of the recent mass shootings? Okay, well, explain that to the family in Rhode Island of all those dead people.
So what happened?
The transgender
Remember
man
to always wear your seatbelt and control the intersection. Protect yourself and others. All members of the service must wear their seatbelt when riding in an apartment vehicle.
Maybe he wants to be a woman all of a sudden.
And so because he can't be a woman, you shoot up the hockey arena?
Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. I'm sorry about that. I just put that clearly we're being attacked for some reason because they want to, just as a woman.
There's 25 Mission Avenue.
That's wrong. That's something that needs to be.
Windows and adjoining buildings were signs of forced
And Francine, I wish I didn't have to take a break, but I do. Thank you so much for the call. We are coming right back.
It's Dominic Carter.
Greg Kelly here. Donate now to toysfortots.org, working year-round, delivering hope to children at Christmas time and beyond. In 2024, Toys for Tots provided over 30 million toys to nearly 13 million children in need. Donate now, please. Go to toysfortots.org. Since 1947, Toys for Tots has distributed 708 million toys to 314 million deserving children. Working year-round, Toys for Tots. Donate now. Go to toysfortots.org. That's toysfortots.org.
Listen to this podcast now
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
The Miller Report with Suzanne Miller.
Welcome, Bill.
I saw regarding the
consistently safer. The NYPD is not
You're Adam and Jessica Fish.
You cannot say, I saw some rats, some garbage, but ignore what the NYPD is achieving on public safety. We are making progress. Now let's go make more. And download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts.
I still have a your
favorite podcast platform.
You know, I thought my dogs, me being were just getting old, losing their spark. But a few weeks ago, after adding rough greens to their food, I saw a marked difference. They got their energy back. Their dogs looked amazing. And they're playing like puppies. Rough greens isn't some food that it's a lot of nutritional supplements you just sprinkle right on their food. No need to switch. Give over wet food, just add it in. Packed with probiotics, vitamins, omega oils, stuff that helps their joints, their digestion, and even their immune support. Why does it work? Because dog food is dead food. It's been cooked and processed until all the good stuff is gone. Rough greens bring back the nutrition our pets really need. I don't just recommend rough greens, I depend on it to keep my dogs both happy and healthy. Right now, Rough Greens is offering a free Jumpstart trial bag. You just cover the cost of shipping. Go to roughgreens.com and use promo code STONE.